I want to talk next about the 8-figure firm and your consulting practice. So first, big picture, 80/20. What is 8-figure firm? And then we can dive into some of the different coaching programs and things like that.
Yeah, eight-figure firm is a legacy creating consulting business, and this is something that has become an epiphany to me. We are not your traditional consulting business where we're just trying to help you grow $1 million a year or whatever. Like, we're trying to help you create a legacy. The journey from 1 to 10 million is a very difficult journey. One in 667. So one out of 667 companies get to 10 million in revenue, and we're trying to help people do it predictably using our system. And so that's a legacy creating type of environment. I'm not trying to help you grow 7 figures or multiple 7 figures. I want you to be at 10, 15 million in predictable revenue. We've done it already 25 times. I actually, right before I got on this show, had a client send me a text message with a screenshot. She just hit $1 million in revenue in 1 month. And so that's what we're doing. We're changing complete lives, and that's what 8-figure firm stands for, is the top 0.15% of revenue generators in the country are members of 8-figure firm.
That's amazing. And so do the coaching programs that are different levels of core cohorts, like say, hey, maybe this level is we're trying to get you to say 7 figures and this one's at 8. And then you've got is Obsidian more of those that are in the 8 that are striving for the big number? Like, tell me a little bit about those different coaching programs.
Yeah. So the coaching program is not actually based on revenue level, but based on services that you need. And so the lowest program is, a person who wants a couple calls a month, wants to be a part of our mastermind program, which we're now calling the accelerator program, who wants the unlimited resources. We provide, check this out. If you become a member of 8-figure firm, you get 1,000 resources the day you become a member, 1,000 resources. And we're talking about job descriptions, job ads, funnels, marketing tools, anything to run your business, review documents. Like, that's very valuable. It's like a whole HR platform built into this system, right? And so you could start at that beginning level. The Obsidian level is the what we call we'll run your firm for you level. That's where we come in and we're your fractional COO. We're giving strategic advice. We're helping you build your marketing customer journey, and we're hosting meetings for you, et cetera. So it goes everything from we just want a little bit of help and we want to be a part of the community to we want you to run our firm, and we'll do that on the Obsidian program.
Are you doing the different levels? Are you doing like Slack, Zoom? Are you doing in person? Like what's like the access component to the consulting?
So everyone has one-to-one access with the consultant once a week for an hour. And then as you graduate through the programs, you get more things. Like we call it a 5-point consulting program. It's CEO, COO, leaders, team, community. And those are the 5 points. And so we work with the CEO owner. We work with the COO, second in command. We work with all the leaders in the organization. We work with the entire team. And we also provide a community aspect to it.
Amazing. And then you've got the Conquering Cash conference coming up in May. So give us just a peek behind the curtain. What's going on at the conference? What can the attendees, get by going?
One of the issues that law firm owners have is understanding the metrics for their business and how to create predictability in their business. So they may have a $2 million business, but their profit's $100,000, or they may have a $10 million business, but their payroll is 50%. And so we're going to be discussing what are the correct ratios for your business, how to create a sustainable business that runs without you, how to analyze a P&L and use that for decision making. Because at the end of the day, metrics, data, P&Ls, none of that matters if you don't know how to make a decision from it. And so we're going to teach people the right ratios, both for operating your business, marketing, the ratios we talked about earlier, the 80/20s and 60/40s, and we're going to talk about analyzing and dissecting your P&L. And we also have a really cool Friday experience. So we always do an experience in every one of our accelerator conferences, and this one's going to be super, super special. So
nice. And that's in Chicago, right?
That's going to be in Chicago in May. Yep.
Amazing. Just one KPI, and since you mentioned this, is I've just been curious from the agency side. One KPI we track is like revenue per employee, right? And David C. Baker and some of these other consultants will say, hey, if it's below 200K, you've got some issues, right? Profitability is going to be tough because labor is typically one of your biggest expenses. What's it look like from the firm owner, sorry, from the firm side? Are there any type of baseline metric on like revenue per employee?
Yeah, no, revenue per employee, according to the Small Business Administration, in a service-based business should be 200,000 plus. It's something that we ask law firms to strive for. The better firms are in the $300,000 range. The firms that are kind of struggling and puttering along are in the $120,000 range. And what I have found is actually fully virtual law firms tend to be on the lower range. And I've always had this discussion: can a virtual law firm be successful? And I've never denied they could be successful. The question is, could they be as successful as an in-person law firm? And we're developing this. We're going to come out with this data later, but we've started charting our law firms, and we've worked with 150 law firms now. And unequivocally, the law firms who are in person have much higher revenues per employee. Like, from a
Wow.
data perspective, just there's no comparison. There's a couple of outliers where a in-person law firm is like in the middle of the pack, and there's some outliers where a virtual law firm is maybe towards the top of the pack. But just overall, you'll see that there is the consistent theme: in-person law firms just have better revenue per employee.
Wow, that's really surprising. And I would think it would be the opposite just because of the facilities cost, but I guess the benefits of collaboration and connection for culture just outweighs.
Well, we're not charting profitability. We're just charting revenue. So revenue
Got
per
it.
employee. So some of these virtual firms have lower revenues per employee, but because they don't have the expenses, may still be turning a pretty decent profit.